oh, this is pretty good. Like, this is fun. You know, this is like a vibe. I don't want to moderate. I just want to
moderate either.
No!
You must be this tall to ride, you know?
Yeah.
What is the thing that most people want to see?
People want to connect more now on YouTube than ever before. Hi, I'm Perry Pictures. I run a YouTube channel and I have a webtoon or webcomic that is on Webtoon as well as Tapas, and that is something that I like to focus on in the art community as well as building a community of artists both in Discord and here on YouTube. And that is why we have this podcast.
Yeah, I'm Pilfer, so I also run a YouTube channel and an art community as well as Perry and Friendy. I normally do illustration, but now I'm doing more animation. And I like to mentor and critique students that are interested in learning more.
Hi, my name is Friendy or Mufu, take your pick, and I try to do my little indie animation called The Power of Say and other little fun stuff if I remember to, and stream almost every other day of the week. And I love you platonically, and this is gonna be fun. Wow!
What are we talking about today?
Oh, that's a great question. I read it in Discord. What we're doing today, it's how to run an art channel on YouTube.com and how to be really good at it and how to be really bad at it. Or something along those lines.
Not necessarily in that order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw on, I don't remember if it was in YouTube Studio itself or if it was in vidIQ, but there's like a list of trending topics for the art niche, and on that list was best content for an art channel, art video ideas for YouTube, how to be an art YouTuber, how to grow an art channel, things like that. So those are like search terms that are coming up a lot more frequently now than perhaps at other periods in time. And so I thought it would be really timely to talk about that stuff today, and that's what we're gonna do. And while we do that, I will be drawing this time. That's why we have the book out. This is my art fight sketchbook. And it's still technically art fight period for us. And eventually when we get to the end of art fight, I'm going to do a little art fight sketchbook tour. The first two pages are not art fight related necessarily. Just going to give that little disclaimer because these are my characters, the first two pages, but they are on art fight if anybody wanted to draw them.
So you're only doing traditional art for art fight this year?
Yeah, that's the skill I decided I wanted to work on, specifically with markers in particular. So I'm trying to grow that. I mean, you know, I'm a traditional, or not I'm a traditional, gosh, that's the biggest lie ever. I'm a digital artist. I have been for more than 10 years working exclusively on digital art. And it definitely feels like a very rusty tool coming back to traditional for me. And so art fight is such a great period to level up.
It's so smart. It's so smart.
Coming along.
Yeah, it's looking really nice too, very clean. It's always nice to look back at like a previous year and see the difference between that time and now.
No, you get a physical copy of it too. Like you can look at it anytime instead of like going to your computer, waiting for your tablet to charge or your phone. You could just go to your bookshelf and be like, oh, those are my guys that I drew this year. What?
Yeah, I've never had a sketchbook before. The closest thing I had to it, yeah, it's so true. It's so true. I have sketchbooks. I've bought tons of them, and I've even like received a few as gifts. But I've never used one before until last year, and I have it right here, my travel sketchbook, because I did a little like experiment on my channel where I did travel sketchbooking for a year, and I used this old beat up water-stained sketchbook because it was like, you know, super already damaged, and that helped alleviate the fear of perfectionism because I knew that it didn't matter if I messed it up. And I can tell you this from doing the first page of this sketchbook that this is really not a marker-friendly book. I did my best.
That's part of the fun, though.
Yeah, but doing this in a completely different, like starting a whole nother sketchbook for Art Fight with a marker intended book so that I can practice markers specifically. I feel like I'm talking so much, but yeah, it's
I want to know this because like I've been following your travel like notebook, your travel sketchbook kind of thing. So I'm kind of curious, like where do you stand on it now? Like it stands on you want a better one, so that's good to know. Good to know where this this journey ended up.
I do.
It's crazy that like you never had like a sketchbook.
Yeah, never.
What? That's
Never.
crazy.
This is it. Like, okay, so, and then people are like, I had somebody comment on, gosh, I think it was this one. And they're like, wow, your marker skills are so legit or something like that. And I about fell out of my chair. I was like, what? Really?
Take the compliment. Take the compliment. Run.
Yeah, the snake looks incredible. The colors on it are beautiful.
His name is Mango, and it's so funny because the snake's name is Mango. It's not my character, obviously. This is Art Fight. I didn't create him. But I was just like flipping through the book yesterday, and my husband came over and like looked at the page, and he goes, "Oh, the colors kind of look like a mango," and I was like, "Yes."
That's fun. Yeah, that looks incredible, especially like the detailing on the top with the like the scales. How you just used white. You like left out the coloring. That looks really nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. It was experimental. Definitely experimental. I wasn't sure how to do the details with the scaling, and this is kind of what I landed on. And I'm happy with the way it turned out.
Right. What's really cool is you don't have to focus so much on like rendering and whatnot. It's just a matter of like using the colors to create like a very appealing like aesthetic. Or because there's like no shading, obviously, even though it's implied by the dark like end of the tail and like the head underneath it.
This isn't a sponsored episode or anything, but I'm using Ohuhu markers with an Ohuhu marker sketchbook, okay? The Ohuhu marker pad. Like literally this book was made for these markers, and the blending is spectacular. Taking the red marker and blending it to the orange to the yellow to the green, all of that, like, chef's kiss. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the difference between my travel sketchbook that I was doing and this sketchbook is that I can actually use the markers to a greater potential.
Not gonna lie, it speeds things up to have the right tools, though.
This is not what this video is supposed to be about, but it could potentially speed up your growth.
Well, that could lean into it, you know, because sometimes when you start a YouTube channel for art primarily, sometimes you don't have the right tools and you have to work with what you got as an artist and what's there. So if you have just a phone and a finger and an art program that's free on your phone, then like that might just have to be what you have to work with to start that YouTube channel. So kind of leaning into it, you know.
It's a good place to start with what you have, because YouTubing in general is more than just the skill that you're making your channel about. YouTubing is a multi-skilled practice where you have to learn video creation. So investing in a bunch of equipment or expensive material when you don't know how to shoot and edit a video yet is going to be a little bit of a waste of your time and material, because you're going to go through the process of learning to make a video the way we all go through it, and that's by doing it. And so your first video is always going to suck. Everybody says it, and it's true. You go back and you'll try to rewatch them and you'll be like, wow, this is painful. I don't want to sit here for 25 minutes and watch this video that I did not know how to cut. Like,
oh man.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. You gotta get it done.
Yours was 25 minutes? What?
My first video, and it's still on my channel. My first video is 25 minutes
Well, I know what I'm doing after stream.
Oh my god.
Baby Perry videos. We love to see it.
I was doing an art challenge too. I was doing Midsummer Month Magic.
See, that's a good way to start a YouTube channel. Start with challenges, because it gives you a topic and a jumping off point.
A lot of people's social media presence was launched through Inktober. People's Instagram accounts were launched with Inktober. They would do Inktober because everybody was looking at the hashtags. Everybody was looking for what was relevant to something that they had a mutual interest in.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like, some people's Instagram accounts literally blew up overnight. They went viral because of Inktober. So that can be fan art. Fan art is always going to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fandom will change. Like, some things will go out of date. They won't be, like, relevant anymore. But fan art as a overarching umbrella will, of course, always be useful.
I'd argue, like, even Art Fight can like launch you. I'm not talking from experience or anything, but yeah.
It's true though. I've seen channels launched from Art Fight recently in the last 2 years.
Well, drawing anything that's like fan art or memorable always brings in like a crowd. it's not a permanent crowd because they're there for like the fan art. They're not necessarily there for you, but it's a good way to get people in and then also continue the interest with it. Because there's a lot of channels that are dedicated to like, if you're a musician, like video game music. It's not one particular game, but people that like video game music will like stick around because that's like a more of a broad topic than just one specific game. But you can also specialize too if that's really something you're interested. But ideally, it's finding like, oh, I like Superman, so let me draw comic book heroes. Like people will like that. You can't just do like specifically Superman, or you could, but it's not recommended. You want to kind of like broaden, and then from comic books, you could like try and outstretch a little bit and say like, oh, maybe like Sonic, because those are like pretty popular comics or whatever have you. You know, oh, I'm trying something else and see how people receive it and then continue from there. I know with vidIQ, they talk about a lot, like do a lot of different things, see what people like, and then like continue down that road, and then always follow analytics, which I know is the best thing to do, but it depends on the individual that's making the channel and like what they really want to do. Is their channel for growing to like monetize? Because if that's the case, it's really about marketing more than it is about like anything else. What is the thing that most people want to see that's very viral, which is like such a throwaway word, but has so much weight to it because, I mean, it's viral. It's like, you can't get rid of it. It's there, it's in your face, which is why a lot of these videos will be something of like somebody's face really close to the screen, is because it's like almost off-putting at first because it's like so shocking and like it's too close. It's like uncomfortable, but because it's so uncomfortable, you're like instantly interested by it. You're instantly like pulled into it because you're like, whoa, okay, what is this? This is like something I don't like, but also now I'm going to remember it because you're having that like instant reaction to it in comparison to something that's like more subdued or like subtle, you know, where it's like, it's so easily forgettable. It's so easily like, oh, I don't really care. Like, you know, that's nice. That could just go with literally everything else in the ocean. But my point is that, you know, things that you like, regardless what it is, it could be like Minecraft, or it could be, you know, like My Little Pony or old 80s cartoons, depending on like your age range. What it is that you particularly like in it, start with that, because obviously you like it in the same way that other people do, and then expand from that to, this is a Minecraft channel, I'm going to make videos about Bed Wars, which is like a game in Minecraft. And then it's like, okay, people like that, or they didn't. Okay, I'm going to make I'm going to work on like architecture. Like, here's the things that I like to build in Minecraft. This is where you get these logs, because people want to hear not only your version of it, but why you like it particularly, because they also want to reaffirm why they like it as well. I know I rambled on about like all these different things, but we've all spent a lot of time researching this stuff. vidIQ is a really good resource. Everybody will say that they're like they're like the best, essentially. Also, if you have a YouTube channel older than like a year or two, you've probably researched all this information too, and you've probably heard the same exact thing. This is just a version of it that's like filtering to give you like all the nuggets at the bottom of the information. That's essentially like, this is all the golden stuff that we've taken and applied to our channel.
Don't watch vidIQ is what he's saying.
No.
Watch our
Come to our channel. Come to our channel. We say it all out for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't go to vidIQ. Come to us.
You don't need that. You don't need that.
We're just
stuff.
like, everybody agrees they're the best. Ignore them. Come to us.
Yeah,
Right.
we got the art stuff. We got the video information. We got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but honestly though, I know we're kidding, but to a degree, there is some truth in that, because we are speaking specifically to and from the art side of YouTube. Like, very specifically, if what it is that you want to do with your YouTube channel is make art, and all of our episodes are geared towards art, so it'd be like a great resource. And you're getting out of these videos, out of these episodes, the experience of all three of us. We're putting our heads together, we're comparing our journeys, and that way you're getting it from a lot of different angles instead of just one person's purview.
How many channels do you have altogether? Private channels that didn't work out? You don't have to say which ones are. I just want to know a number.
I have two. There's like a reason for it, obviously.
Yeah.
So I have like Pilfer Pup draws, which is all my stuff's on there. And then I have a second channel for, essentially I was going to post my animations on there. I don't know if that's still the right decision yet, because people come to my channel, even if it's like a small fan base, they come there because of me. They don't come there necessarily because of the animation, which probably isn't the best thing. I don't know what the right decision is with that though, but as long as they're there for me in the same way people would go to like PewDiePie's channel for him, or like Dream's channel for Dream. They want to see them. They don't want to see like necessarily Minecraft. It just so happens that they're also a Minecraft channel. And so it's like, what draws people to the channel? Is it the content or the creator? And that's kind of something I like think about a lot, where I would like it if it was the content, but the reality is that I have like a pretty like strong connection with my community, like each one individually, and like the people that I surround myself with. So if I detract from that and then just make content for the sake of content and like not really pay attention to them, that would be against necessarily like my brand. So it's difficult, because I would like a channel where it's just I post stuff, videos, and then leave it at that. But the reality is that I have like a very streaming heavy channel with not a lot of like video content necessarily, which is probably why it's so weak. Yeah.
I thought the exact opposite. I feel like that's so funny, and I love that already we're giving two different like opposing views. Because I feel completely the opposite, where not everybody, but a lot, probably the vast majority of people that come to my channel are there for the content, and they couldn't care less about who I am. And I would love to swap places with you, and I would love for people to be there because they like me as an artist, and they want to follow my journey. And things like Friendy was saying earlier, she did watch my videos on my travel sketchbook journey.
Right.
But very few people did. I think very few people were invested in my growth as a traditional artist, because obviously it did not start off like the first couple pages. I leaned very strongly into, this is where I'm at. Let me show you footage of these really cool locations and sort of take you on the trip, because I know that the art itself is super mid art, because I am still learning. And so I was trying to give a little more than just the sketchbook, because I knew that the sketchbook wouldn't stand on its own 2 feet at that stage of my journey. But a lot of people just did not care, because when they come to my channel, they're not there for me. They're there for the art tutorials and for advice, which is perfectly fine. I love that I'm able to provide that, and people see value in what I have to say when it comes to those things. But it's very much like they want to see my best work, because they want to know how to make it themselves. And that's totally understandable. So they come in, they watch the tutorial, they learn the software, and then they never come back. And so in that case, I feel very much like I would rather build an audience that is interested in sticking with me than have these people come in for the content, take what they need, and then I never see them again.
Right.
I find that that's like maybe like 70-80% true for your channel, Perry, because you were just saying beforehand on your stream today, wow, everybody was here with my crummy camera and there were still a lot of people there. That means they like you enough. That means they like you enough to stick around, even if the art is quote unquote mid, which is not, because you're a master at those markers. Hello. So like there's that. But I will say this, that your channel is very tutorial heavy, very educational-esque. But a lot of art channels right now talk about some drama or whatever. But people still stick around for that, not only the drama, but they stick around for, like, I guess a little bit of the art YouTuber. I think as a viewer, like, a lot of people just go to whoever uploads for art, honestly, and they don't subscribe, which is honestly fine. But, like, no fault on you, because I love travel, like, vlogs with sketchbook and drawing in between. I love that stuff. I eat that up, but not a lot of people do it. So when you put it out there, I'm gonna watch it. I may not comment, but I do lurk. So I'm sure other people are like that too. So it's, you know, people still show up to your streams regardless if it's an art fight or a comic thing. Might be a little bit of people, but people are still there because of you. That's what I like to think anyways.
With a pencil in my hands.
Well, I think a good like segue in this is like this sounds kind of like sad, but also I didn't even know you. Was this like a recent video you posted?
I was like
Which
last
one?
year.
The travel log.
So I did like 8 of them, maybe. I was doing like a travel sketchbook. So I did 8 videos for one for each place that I went. I mean, I went to Malibu. I went to, well, actually I didn't put out Joshua Tree.
Oh,
I still have, I've got like a backlog of ones I haven't even done yet. I went to.
You have a backlog? Did you bring your turtle? Did you bring your turtle?
Oh my gosh, the turtle.
Just the one time. It was actually too cold for him. The camping trip we did take him on, he was cold. Ended up being way colder than we anticipated. So we decided after that, from now on, we got to make sure it's going to be warm enough for him, because we don't want him. Because I mean, we brought a heater, so it's not like he was suffering. Yeah. But we couldn't do as much with him.
Because that was really cute. That was so cute. Oh my gosh, they brought their turtle camping, guys. That was so cute, and she drew still. Cute.
Have you ever rewatched your content and thought about how you enjoyed it? Like whether or not you did enjoy it, if this is something that you would get something out of if it was a different channel? Because removing yourself from the place of, I made this so it's good, to, would I actually watch this? Because oftentimes when I'm watching my stream, there are parts where I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Like, this is fun. You know, this is like a vibe, you know, it's a stream, so it's less about necessarily getting something out of it, but there's like an energy that you get, and maybe it's for like the background or to engage with, which I think is like a big part of it. I would not watch my stream if I don't think there's enough going on. As an artist, like, it's nice to be able to ask questions. It's nice to like get quick answers, but that if that's what they're there for, then I should be making the content. I shouldn't be streaming it. This is like, oh, I want an answer, so I'm going to go to Pilfer Pup's like stream when he's streaming and ask him, or like give him the art and see what he thinks. But because of that, I'm doing that instead of making videos, which people would get way more out of, I feel like.
Well, that's when you clip it, you silly.
I know, and I should. There's like a million things I should do, which is another thing. I don't know if now's the time to segue into it, but the time that you have in your life and how to segment that for your channel. Because obviously there's only so many hours in a day, and I know I've talked about this every single time we have a podcast, or like even when I stream, is we're so limited in time. And so if you're spending all your time making a video, when do you edit it, and when do you learn to all these skills, etc., etc.?
You could tell we're old. We're thinking about the mortality of our time and
well, just
and how much time we have left. Yeah.
Right.
Anybody who's either in college or is already out of school and working a full-time job will understand and be able to relate to this, no matter if they're 19 or they're in their late 50s or something. It like they're going to be able to relate to this. It's a way more relatable topic than we think, because we're so used to our demographic being younger, kids that are like in high school or even possibly middle school, who are like, they're off all summer long and all they want to do is draw, which I love. I think that's great and beautiful, and I hope they never lose that spark. Or they go to school, they come home, do an hour of homework, and maybe, I don't know how long
even that, they just write random
do?
answers. Yeah. I didn't.
And then they can do whatever they want. Because I remember being in school. I remember that I had a lot more free time than I have now for playing video games and for doing sports and for making art, whatever it is you're interested in. I just remember there being way more time for it. But that part of your life is so much shorter. Like somebody said the other day, I read it in a comment. They were like, enjoy being a kid while you can, because you're only a kid for so long, and then you spend the entire rest of your life being an adult.
Right.
And it's so true.
It's the only bright side is that you can buy ice cream whenever you have money. That's the only bright side. I'm sorry.
And then you get diabetes, and then you have the drawbacks of getting diabetes from it.
Oh man.
Oh, it's great. I love being an adult. I can eat whatever I want. Why'd I gain 20 pounds? This is horrible.
You pivot to sherbet ice cream instead, Piffler.
Oh my gosh. No.
I can't even with you guys right now, because I am so frustrated with how my diet is changing. Like I used to be able to eat whatever I wanted, and now I just can't anymore. And diabetes runs in my family, so every time I every time I eat sugar and I'm like, oh, I feel sick afterwards, it's like, oh, wait, are you gonna get diabetes? Like, maybe you should like pay attention and like eat better or whatever.
Yeah.
I love sugar.
The biggest thing for me is if we have like a holiday like Thanksgiving or Christmas and everybody brings food over, and of course all the food has like infinite salt in it, just so much salt because it's so tasty. You gotta have dessert too. Well, if I have too much salt, I get a headache the next day. And so if I have too much sugar, I get really tired. And so it's like no matter what, I have to like portion. But growing up, being like Hispanic mom, you know, you're eating like all the time on holidays. You know, your grandma, here's some more, honey. Grandma's bringing you more food. Right. It was all good and fine until, you know, you get older and then you're like, oh, I can't. Sorry. Thanks for bringing all this food. I guess I'm just going to eat it over the next week.
You're just going to look at it.
Yeah.
You can have one piece of pie, and then you got to save all the other flavors of pie for another day, for other days, because you can't just eat them all in the same day. I
do tiny slivers. I get little slivers of pie, and I enjoy that. Yeah.
Moderation is key, as they say.
I don't want to moderate. I just want to eat it all.
I don't want to moderate either.
I want to go full dog mode.
No! Guys! Come on!
Now that we've done explained how old we are.
Oh, no. Old people love the arts.
I think you're right about timing, and the timing to learn how to make videos. I think that's where we left off. Is you really have to decide what it is that you want to focus on when it comes to building up your channel, especially if you're just getting started and you want to make an art channel and you already know what kind of art you want to make, or maybe you know what kind of art you want to get better at so that you can make videos for it. Because I know some people are really shy. They're like, no, I'm not going to share. Nobody's going to see this until it's perfect. And some people are really, really, really like strict about that. And then other people are like, I filmed a thing and bam, here it is, you know? And
yeah.
They're not shy at all, which is fine. Either one is fine. But I think the part that a lot of artists don't want to do when it comes to the YouTube is make the videos or learn to make the videos better. Because all we want to focus on is this part right here. We just want to focus on the pretty pictures that we're drawing, and we want everybody to see them and love them. But in order for people to be able to look at this or to watch the process without getting bored or distracted or going and looking at something else, is you have to get better at the video part of it. And so it is a discipline that you kind of do have to give it its moment in the sun. I know that's like a super downer, but that's kind of the commitment when it comes to making an art channel. And I highly recommend it. I have an art channel. You have an art channel. You have an art channel. I think we all can like vouch for the experience as being worth our time. We all feel like it is. I think I need to put a shoulder here. Part of that is the shoulder of this cat that I'm trying to draw. Yeah, part of that is just being able to get through the less fun parts, the parts that really feel like work, and making the video is sometimes that work, that part.
Right. Well, that's the difference between a hobbyist and a professional is, can you do the hard part, not the easy part? And that's what decides like whether or not you're cut out for any kind of work at all. Is, you know, it's like, oh, animating is really hard, but it's fun in the beginning when you're in the sketch phase, not the cleanup phase. It's like, well, if you want to be an animator, you have to do the cleanup phase. You can't just do like the fun part. You have to, unless you have a job where that's like all you do.
Cleanup art sucks. Just FYI for those non-animators. It sucks a lot.
Right.
A necessary evil to make it look really good.
Yeah.
I would like to also kind of touch on the types of art videos there are out there, because there are a variety of types of videos, but there are some that are way more kind of like established. So I know a lot of the channels I already followed for digital artists, because that's what I've been focused on for so long. And I've like, everybody's doing digital art, all the channels. I was like going on my favorite channels, looking for inspiration and looking for like lessons to learn in markers and traditional art. And they all, I was like going through all their galleries and like, I love this channel, but I can't find a single video for what I want. And so I went hunting for a new type of video that you'll see. Those are like keywords. Sketchbook tour is a keyword. And it's a whole type of video that you can like search it in YouTube, and you'll get like hundreds of channels that have put out sketchbook tours. Sketchbook sessions where they just sit down and draw and talk to you. What are some other ones that you guys can think of that you often look for or lump your videos in with?
I remember when I was like an earlier artist, I would look for those. And if they're out of your skill range, you don't understand like what connects these parts. how they plot down these colors or what decided it, what decides like what shapes to use, what decides whether or not a piece should even have a background, like weird questions that stop you from continuing your work. And I think first of all, you should just like work with whatever you have, but also research is what gets you to like move forward. So there's a balance between just finish the piece and also research because you came up upon like a wall that you need to figure out. To your question, art processes or finding maybe like an art community would also help, being able to post your stuff in there and then ask for like advice on how to like approach different things. I know this is like kind of a side topic to the question, but depending on what it is you're looking for.
No, it's fine. Give us an example, Pilfer. Like
what channels do you look for, Piffler? We're asking that.
Well, it's harder now because the more advanced you get, the more niche your questions become. They're not so broad range, and that's where I'm at. Where I need like a specific tutor. Oh, that's a good one. Like tutoring channels. There we go. Where it's a channel where the artist will have a community that pays them for like tutoring sessions, and they'll have like an hour to 3 hours of, here's all the pieces that people have sent me. Let me talk about like critiques for them, because I think that's the best way to learn is through other people's mistakes. Learn from their mistakes. And if you have a question, maybe you could also pay them too. But more importantly, at least you'll be answering questions that you haven't even gotten to yet or have had but forgot about.
Those channels are so boring if it's not like if they don't get to a question that like you want, or if it's like nugget in between like a 25 video that has 5 different questions.
Right.
Like it's too difficult for me at least. But I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're saying like waiting around for them to answer your question, I guess.
I must apologize. I listen to videos at 2 speed. If they need to speed it up, I got stuff to do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you better have the information I want. I'll listen, but you better have the answer.
Right.
No, but like, for me, I usually I love looking up for videos. I love when YouTube gives me videos. But primarily art-wise, I look for things that I want to do as a video, and I see if other people do those videos to see how they do it. And if there's no videos like that, I'm like, well, we're in business. I also love looking up, like, I guess, the videos come to me, honestly. And just, like, stuff about, like, copyright law and AI stuff. Love that. It's so good to know that kind of stuff. And seeing what I hate AI, so some of those drama of like, oh, this is how those scammer AI people do this. I love that type of stuff. More of that. None of the drama between the art community on TikTok. I notice it's mainly on TikTok. There's dramas type stuff. It used to be Twitter. Yeah. It moved to TikTok. Thank you. I don't want to see that on Twitter. Of course, it's still there, but I don't look for it. But it's just good to see that it's on YouTube in a short little video that I could just watch or not watch. I love that. But sometimes YouTube surprises me and gives me a video that I wasn't even looking for. There was this one program or app or whatever on Steam I had no idea it existed, called Mangaka. I'm like, okay, I know what a mangaka is, but like, ooh, do they know? And I look, and it's an application on Steam that like not draws, but it's kind of like SketchUp, if you remember what SketchUp is. It's like it draws the buildings for you. It basically does a little bit of that, but like in perspective, and you can make like a whole city landscape or whatever, like easy peasy. And I'm like, cool. So it was interesting to see that kind of stuff happen, or like new stuff that's out, or even old programs. Like, how did they work? I just like seeing how old technology works. Like Comic Works is an old alternative to Manga Studio. Oh my gosh, it's an alternative to Clip Paint. Wow, I'm showing my age, but yeah, it's a really old program. I used to use it all the time, and seeing like how those old what other people work with it. Oh my gosh, I'm getting muddled. But you know, the point is, there's a lot of art YouTube out there, and I love watching every single video.
Right.
I think there's a really super solid nugget you put in there. Like, we know what we're looking for too, because we're also consumers, right? So it's not just about create in a vacuum. Yeah. You also want to kind of like see what else is out there. And so when you go looking for something and you can't find it, that's when you make it. And that is a great way to make it to the top of search. So if you're looking
Definitely.
for something and it's not on there, that's your chance to get in front of everybody that's looking for that same question, because your video will be the first one to pop up.
So don't share it ever. You keep that sucker to yourself, and then you could be the top on the search.
You make the video is the answer, Fendi. You go make it.
Sometimes that nugget stays in you for like a week, and you're like, I gotta do this before somebody else does, because like life gets in the way. So it's just like, just don't say it out loud, okay? Don't even type it anywhere. Put it in a sketchbook. No one's gonna see it but you, and you'll be fine. I say this for myself for the future.
I love that.
Funny.
It's just-
Good.
And it comes back to we're old and we have no free time.
Oh my god.
Hey. Yeah, no, you're true though. It's true. We go grab my cane and my drawing pills.
Oh my gosh. That's
Oh
what's
my
gonna
gosh.
happen in like
Yeah,
40 years. We're gonna be, oh, back in
I'm
my
already
day on
falling
YouTube.
apart.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. I've got on an elbow compressor.
Is that to keep your elbow in your body so it doesn't fall out?
Yes. And I have my wrist wrap right here in case I need it. Because
Oh my gosh.
my joints actually do move around a lot in very unpleasant
Oh, no!
ways. I don't know
I was
why.
just joking.
Oh no.
They do, though. I have
Your
several
body's
wrist
just
wraps
literally falling out of itself.
for both
That's where your-
sides. And I
You're
have
losing
elbow
fingers.
wraps.
Sensitive. Oh no.
If there was a way to wrap my shoulder, I would. But I feel like
Oh my
that's the
God.
one joint you can't wrap.
Yeah. Oh no.
There's an Easter egg in every podcast where not Friendly, Perry's missing like a limb somewhere, and it's just like sitting in the back.
Yeah, just have like a
What is it
prosthetic
today?
leg or something.
Yeah, right.
Which brings me to, it's never too late to do art, guys, okay? Never
It
too
isn't.
late. You might seem like you feel like 100 years old. Just do art. If you want to even start a YouTube channel about old artists and that barely started, hey, that's content I'd watch. Let's go.
I literally just saw a video and recommended for that. It said over
That's
40 start your channel now. Like, and it was talking about like why and what all the benefits are to having a channel that is led or run by somebody who's in their 40s.
Mhm.
And I didn't watch it because I'm not in my 40s, but I still thought it was interesting. Like, yeah, no, I got, you must be this tall to ride, you know? Like, I gotta wait
Right.
until.
Right.
But I thought it was interesting, and I really hope they get like a lot of views and that people take it to heart, because there really is no age limit, and you shouldn't feel aged out of drawing. For goodness sakes, drawing is for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
I think what scares people, not only the age though, for starting a YouTube channel, is just it's saturated. It's very saturated, even with art, even with games, even with like starting music or anything. But if you're passionate about the subject matter, you got something there. So like, why not? People talk about stuff they love, like people said beforehand. So, guys, I've been on YouTube for like 16 years, so I got numbers.
Oh my
I want
gosh.
to hear them. How many numbers do you have?
Mhm.
Wait, I gotta get my phone for this. Okay, because I have 2 YouTube main accounts that have little YouTube channels underneath them. So let's account here for my main one that has YouTube Premium. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. For my other one that I'm trying to monetize, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I don't even know where these ones came from. It's under a different email, but I got 3. So that's, I don't want to count. I'm too old for math. I'm gonna leave it at
6, I
that.
heard 3. That's
Yeah.
9.
Well, I did delete a YouTube channel before, so there's that too. Yeah, I have a history.
Well,
but
Friendy-
this channel I have wasn't even an art channel to begin with, so.
Yeah, if Poca Latte does like another satirical recap, I feel like Be Old is gonna be on the list. Because we've said it so many times.
Why
I
not?
know. Like our go-to excuse for everything in our life.
I get it now when old people are like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm too old. Like, I'm
Right.
too tired. Life made me tired. I'm permanently tired.
That's why your parents would always say, go play outside. It's leave me alone. I just want to rest for like 5 minutes. No, your friends can't come inside. Go play outside.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air. You guys are loud.
I'm looking for a reference, by the way. If it's like, why is she not drawing? We're just staring at the same 2 cats. Another type of video, because we're talking about types of videos like sketchbooks and tutorials, like if you're trying to learn something or if you're just trying to enjoy somebody's art style or whatever, there's a whole nother type, which is story, right? Like, or it's not like as niche, it's not something you're going to look up as a search term, but it's something that might attract people to your channel and keep them coming back, is if you're a good storyteller. So I've followed channels that have turned their life experiences into stories, whether they're just telling it as a story time over top of a totally unrelated drawing, or if they're drawing something from that experience. But if you're really good at telling a story, that's a whole nother way to attract people to your channel. Yeah.
But no, you're completely right. You can have it be either like a story that goes throughout like the different episodes, but I think more importantly is that you're essentially capturing them as soon as they enter and then holding them through because of like the ongoing of this narrative that you're creating, to be it explain something or to just literally tell a story. There's so many ways to do it. Right. And it creates an interest, and you'll see this a lot, to like the annoyance of every viewer is you'll go into a video and it's like, oh, if you're like me, you've probably wondered how to fix this problem, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. But they won't get into it. They won't get into it until like the end of the video. But I think because that's been the case for so long, people stopped watching content. So now it's like a third in, or it's like 2/3 in. It's like hidden now. It's not just at the end of the video, because then you could go to the end and find it. So now you have to like scroll through it and like, you know, look for where it is. But oftentimes it is still at the end. Don't be that person. Like you can lead from one topic to the next, or lead like breadcrumbs in like storytelling form, where it's, I'm gonna give you this information you've been looking for, but here's some other stuff that is also important to this topic. But I'm going to put that before telling you, so that way now that I've told you the thing you came for, there's like this extra information that you are also now interested in, because I started explaining that a little bit before getting to the thing you came for. But also, it's so important to have a consistency with not quality, but like information speed, because you don't want to spend 10 minutes talking about one thing. You want to get to it within like the first 2 minutes, if even like 10 seconds. And then once they get the answer, there's like, what are they staying around for the 10 minutes? Hopefully 10 minutes. You know, you want to give that information and expand on it to other things that you can spend all the time you want with. But as long as they know that when they click on your video, they'll get what they came for, that's what matters most, because that's what'll get them to click on it again.
I found, who was it? She's a comic creator. She creates the Cast Off series. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes, the star, whatever.
Star. Yeah, Starfish Face? Is that it?
Yeah.
Like going way left field.
Yeah, you got it.
Her channel went viral. She had a couple of viral like shorts initially, but her like channel gained massive number of subs, like hundreds of thousands of subs, off of a storytime video where she said, I got stabbed in a bouncy castle, storytime plus art. And and she just put like her thumbnail was her little self-sona, like chibified and like holding their shirt and looking stunned, and behind them was like a bouncy castle. It was super effective. Everybody's like, I'm sorry, what? And clicked on it. I think what made people subscribe wasn't the topic was so shocking. It was the delivery of the story and the quality of the art. Because she is a phenomenal artist. You just want to watch her draw because it's so tasty. Like the drawing just looks so smooth and so beautiful.
Right.
So if you can combine those elements, and then you just gotta get lucky with the algorithm pushing out the right video like it did in her case, because she was already good to begin with. People just hadn't seen it yet.
Sometimes, like, I love the art, and then sometimes, like, I'm like, so this isn't about art anymore, is it? I find, like, on the topic of, like, storytelling, I think there's, like, another way to do a YouTube video for art, like the how to fix art thing, or redesign stuff. Like, there's a lot of, like, oh, I'm gonna redesign it and just do a speed paint, but I've seen some amazing art channels that take it to another level where they make it like a talk show host from, like, the 50s or 60s or whatever, where it's in black and white, and the host is like, oh yeah, the something Nile show. I don't know the YouTuber exactly, but like he's like an amazing artist. He can mimic any style, and he'd be like, oh well, I'm gonna make Sonic characters, but they're all gonna be Mario and Luigi.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, but they lay it out in a little format that has like all the bells and whistle of like an old talk show. So I think if you have like a little gimmick like that, I think I've seen a few other like that, but with different kind of gimmick. It's just how you go about like making stuff for your channel, because like you could do the chibi format and talk about the art you're doing and do a little story time with it. And I think that's like a la carte of something like story time YouTubers back in the day, animators. I think that's a sub niche of that, just a little bit. Not a lot of people do that. And then there's the drama, and then there's the how-to like tutorials. But I've been seeing some interesting stuff out there, like the talk show host and a little like art challenging videos with friends. I find like those are cute too. There's so much things you can do art wise, and there's so much good stuff coming out right now. And it's we're just not limited to so much. You're not limited to what you see out there. Think outside the box, man.
If you have a silly idea, especially
yeah,
if it's silly, do that one. Do that idea before you forget it. Because those are the ones that really vibe with people. You're going to think, no, I need to do something serious. I need to take this seriously so that people will see value in it. Do the silly one first, for real. Because people want to, especially right now, like I know I didn't finish that sentence, but I'm going to explain it. People want to connect and relate to you as a person more now on YouTube and here in 2024 than ever before. Before, your YouTube channel really had to stand on your merit, especially in the art niche. People wanted to know, what are your credentials? What is your merit? Why should I listen to you? That used to be super important. It's not as important anymore because people have fatigue, especially from tutorial channels like mine, for instance. People are tired, and they're overwhelmed with all the options. There's a lot of choice fatigue. There's a lot of just fatigue from learning in general. People can only learn so much at a given time, and they need rest and a break. And you never need rest or a break from funny videos. Fun and funny videos, you can watch those all day long because they're not taxing to you mentally. And so I would say definitely do the funny ones first, because people are always going to be in the right mind space to watch those versus a serious one that you think is going to play up your credentials or that's going to make you seem like smart or important or valuable. And I'm saying this as somebody who's built my entire channel on what can I bring of value to you? What can I teach you? People get tired and they don't always have the mental space to watch that stuff. So your stuff can just sit on the shelf for weeks to months until it's no longer being recommended anymore because your viewers just weren't ready to watch it at the time that you made it. Do the funny ideas first.
Yeah, that way people like you for you, and then when you do tell them something like actual fact art stuff, they'd be like, whoa, that's a good tip. Wow, I didn't expect that from you. This guy is not only funny, but also knows art stuff. What the heck?
Yeah.
Agreed.
People just want to be entertained too, so that always goes so far. Yeah, you could always click on and off of a funny video pretty quickly that you enjoyed. And then you could share it around to friends because it's like a meme, right?
For sure.
All right, so I'm kind of just drawing a squirrel body, like as my base, and then I will add all the extra little things after I have like a pose. That's my plan.
Very nice.
Doing art fight mode.
Oh, friend is breaking up again.
I know. I'm hearing,
Friendy, why do you do this to us?
I'm sure she'll be back. She's partially back.
Oh my gosh.
What? Yeah. Oh.
So I had a YouTube. My first YouTube channel was for making short films and web series, and it's called Two Coins Productions. It is not the only Two Coins Productions on YouTube, which surprised me. I thought for sure that like nobody else would name their channel that, but then they did. but it's still up, and I have 2 web series on there, one called Turtle Superstition and another one called Rock, Paper, Scissors about vampires versus zombies versus humans, which was really fun. But I made that channel when I was in college, and I was studying film. I was at film school, and so I was obviously experimenting with film. So that was my first YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, and I think it made it to, I don't know how many subscribers. It didn't hit 1,000, I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped producing those because it is hard. YouTube expects you to put out videos frequently. And when you got a crew of like 30 people, plus you have to like have everybody to have time off at the exact same time. And like, you gotta have money, you have to have a budget for these films. So running a channel like that was really, really hard and was never gonna really last long without me having a large pocket of disposable income to pay for people's time.
Right.
So that one kind of went dark. We don't really post there anymore, but I still have it. And then my second channel is this one. The Perry Picture, not this one, this is a podcast channel. My second channel is my Perry Picture channel. And then my third channel is my gaming channel, Distracted Desk Dweller. Both of those are active. And then I have like 2 or 3 personal channels that aren't like, I don't post anything to it, no videos or anything. They're just like personal for watching videos or researching videos. They're not like brand channels.
Right.
I thought for sure I would have the most channels, but then Friendy came out of left field with like 9+ channels.
Right. All her channels.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, mine's complicated, Pilfer. You go first. Because then I thought like, oh, I've got a film channel and an art channel and a gaming channel and this podcast. And like, but no, Friendy takes the cake.
I just have the one. Technically the 2, but I don't use the other one. It's just there.
Mm.
Okay. You.
I think I heard an explicit word there.
Yeah.
What? No.
Friendy's swearing like a sailor over here. What? I think at the beginning people have a lot of paralysis with deciding. I would say it would have to be. It should be something that you enjoy. Hopefully, I mean, realistically not, because you don't necessarily have to like your job. You just have to do it. But hopefully it's something you enjoy, something you get like a little bit of satisfaction from, and then make a channel about that, and hopefully that takes off. But it's hard to say because from a marketing perspective, you want to go where all the fish are. But also if there's a bunch of boats fishing, that's going to catch all the fish. So you want to go...
boats.
Yeah, and there's huge boats for this, and it's like... Mm-hmm. You want to, I don't know, maybe look for something a little bit more niche, a little bit more interesting, but also just make like a lot of content for it.
I would agree with you, Pilfer, that do something you enjoy, or at least moderately enjoy, because 1, you're going to be putting in all that work on the video, and 2, if you didn't even enjoy the process...
Great.
I heard that. No.
She's done. She's done in this town.
She's out. She rage quitted. That's the story. The story is Friendy rage quit.
Friendy, no, come back.
You're like, I'm listening. That's all we can do now. I think that you're on the money. Do something you enjoy, because the video making process is strenuous. And if you do all that work and you didn't even enjoy it, and then because you're a new channel, barely anybody sees it, you're going to be extremely frustrated. Unless you're really, really lucky with the search terms in the very beginning. Most people aren't, so most people you're going to be frustrated. So try to at least do something. Some part of the process should be something you enjoyed.
I'll say it takes. I'll say recording and videos take a long time, like a lot of time, and you have to do it for like a long time, because you can't just post 1 or 2. You need to do it for like a good year or 2 or even more than that, because it takes so long for people to for one thing, to build an audience. They say any business with like marketing and everything takes 3 years to grow. Mm-hmm. 3 years before you start even like mildly seeing a profit. And that's for people that are spending money and like have a business plan. So if you're doing something with YouTube, either when it could catch fire, or you have like a really great idea, which, let's be real, like realistically everybody has a really great idea. That's what, or they think they do, which is why they're starting YouTube. But it's important to just dive in, find something that works that you can consistently work on for the long run, and then stick to it as best you can, because, you know, you're not going to get paid for any of this for a long time, if even that. But also, make videos, make shorts, have those shorts lead to your videos, and get comfortable making content like at least 4 hours a week, if even that, as best you can, because it just takes so much time. There's like so much work you got to do. Researching the topic, making a video on the topic, having information that people care about, having a thumbnail that brings people in, that's like interesting just to look at, that's like, oh, I'll click on this. Like you said, I got stabbed in a bouncy house. Like, that's a title, let alone the thumbnail is a thing that you saw first, because you don't read titles. You see thumbnails and then you read the title.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
You're back and we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yay!
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was just a matter of rejoining at that point.
I had to restart my whole computer. What the frick?
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Well, I'm glad you made it back.
Always make a video for yourself, for sure.
Yeah. Well, it depends, because again, it is like, if you're trying to build this into something that you get paid for, realistically, you want to build a product, and that's what your videos are. They're a product. And whether or not that's for you or not, I don't know what the right decision is. I think realistically, you're trying to fill a need in the same way that like every business is filling a need. You're not going to give your money to someone that you don't want something from them. That's your money. You worked for that. You worked hard for that. And so that value proposition of essentially time, why would somebody click on your video over something that they know is already going to interest them? Let alone like the topic. Anyways, my point is, what is something that you like, and then also what is the value of that thing that you're making the video on? That's like the core of every product, is that. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. In a perfect world, the video would be both for you and for your audience. You would both gain something from it. And it's always about balance, trying to find the balance between those two things. And I've seen channels where the person who makes the videos, they're literally only interested in making it for themselves as kind of like a diary or a documentary of their whatever it is that they're doing. And that's perfectly okay. But be realistic if you're building one of those channels about your viewership, because people who don't know you aren't going to be that invested in your journey unless they have something to gain from it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. It's a give and take kind of thing. Just do it. Don't let your art dreams be dreams.
Well, what is the reason you want to even do YouTube, especially as an artist? What is the goal here? Is it just for people to see your art? Because if that's the case, then people will see your art, and that's cool. And if that blows up, awesome. But if your goal is for just people to see it, that's one thing. If your goal is to get like 1 million subscribers, that's a whole other thing. That probably has less to do with your art altogether. That's going to be the least important thing. If those two things overlap, that would be awesome. But the reality is, if you're trying to push subscribers, that's a whole other game. If you're trying to teach, make videos about teaching things, then it's probably less about your art. It's more about the questions that people have pertaining to making really good art. But again, why are you making the channel? If you're based on what that is, you should decide on like the videos to make for that specifically.
Or you could just go head deep in, balls to the wall, let's go. Don't think about it, just art. Sometimes people just want something to watch in the background, and then they'll see your video like, that's an interesting topic of art or whatever, and then you got yourself a subscriber. It doesn't take a lot. Just go for it. But you could go the analytical way too. But if you're just like, I'm just here for a good time and to draw and get my art out there, I think there's merit in that too.
I think that's way more effective now, like we were saying earlier, in this year, because people are looking specifically for that this year. They want more authenticity. They want something that's more natural, less produced. So if that's what you want to do, now's the perfect time to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because in the past, that advice maybe wouldn't have been great advice. Because Don't, set your set your expectations low as far as like how many people you think are going to see that channel and be like, oh, this was nice, and subscribe for no reason. But now they might actually do that because they're just looking for relatability, authenticity, and something that's not overproduced. I keep seeing that everywhere. People are so done with retention editing. Like, it's out. It's not cool anymore. They just want you to be chill and just stop overproducing your content, basically, which is great because it's a lot less legwork. But it's also like something that many of us that have been around for a little longer need to unlearn now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just do a speed paint, guys, and then talk about what you had for lunch today. I guarantee you 10 views at most. Come on.
At most.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nice bait and switch.
Yeah.
I have a question I'm going to ask each of you, and this is how we're going to end it, okay?
Okay.
Ooh, questions.
What is it that drives you to keep doing your channel?
Oh man, I wish I knew. No, I like the growth of my art, and the hardest part for me is when I get inspiration and I'm like, oh, I want to draw this thing. It's going to look so cool, but because I haven't practiced or because I haven't warmed up, I can't just make the thing. I can't just get into the groove of like, oh, here's this really cool idea, I want to make it. And so when that happens, I always like to keep my skills up and do the best I can so that I can express it the closest to that thought as possible. But even with all my skill and all my practice, it'll never reach how you see it in your head, and that's always going to be the case, which is why art discipline is like a part of another side of that, is essentially staying on top of it, essentially. So that way when it does come, no matter what, you can get as close to that as possible. But you said, why did I start my channel? Is that was your question?
No, what drives you? Like, what's your driving mojo that keeps you going?
Well, now, with that being said, now it's just having like an art community that relies on me and like is just there whenever I stream or whenever I'm posting stuff. And so there's a nice back and forth between us, like a rapport of, I'm going to draw, like, what do you guys think about this? Is there any way I can improve it as people that like these characters, they want to see more? What do they want to see? And then can I make that? So that's nice. It's nice to just have like an audience that's interested in what you're creating, I guess.
Yeah.
I said all that really terribly.
What? I thought it was really not terribly.
Well,
I agree. I thought it was a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Friendy?
My incentive is to, not just views, but like getting the views so people can see my characters move. And be it from me actually putting out the content for those characters or pilot or whatever, or a comic dub, or just instead of me picking up a pencil and drawing those characters and so they move ever so slowly, it's just the incentive of just getting my characters out there and other people like connecting to them at least some way. And so just that thought alone is just like, I gotta keep going, I gotta get these out of there. And it also gives me incentive too, because like if I just put out a pilot or a comic dub, nobody's gonna know who I am if I just put it out there. So as long as I'm making stuff, people are gonna be like, oh, who is making all this weird ruckus about a OC? And then they're gonna be like, oh, this OC actually has lore. Oh, this actually has like a voice actor. Oh, this actually moves. What the heck? And so it evolves, and hopefully they like me through the streams too. And so I hopefully, it's all hopefully, but it's just a big old incentive. I just want to see my little guy move, and I want other people to look at it too, because I suck, but my characters I know don't suck. So yeah.
No, I do not endorse this. Friendy does not suck. What? She is great.
Yeah.
She's great.
It's very good.
Sometimes I'm a little weenie, just
Does not matter. Friendy is great. And I think it's great that you're doing that. Like, you're documenting the process, because one, it will reach more people because you are building a community around that process. But two, you're right. If people do like it, they could always go back and see your journey, especially if somebody's inspired to then make their own indie pilot. All of that information's already there.
That I love. That I want more of. If I can help some kid be like, man, I really want to draw. Like, no, you can draw. You can make your story. And watch me draw horribly. See, you can do better. Do it.
So much self-depreciation. Oh my
I
gosh.
know. Sheesh.
Just to make the audience feel better. Come on.
Everyone, please go to Frendy's page after this and
Perry's
show
here
her
and
some
Tiffany's
love.
Yeah.
Show her some
No, I
love.
won't.
She needs it. We
I
need
won't.
to reinforce this.
No, Piffler needs to
Go-
get to
go to her
1,000
channel.
subs here. No, I
Yes,
can,
but he'll.
Piffler,
I feel like he's
And
gonna be
Perry-
there before this episode drops. That's what I
Yeah.
think. I think Pilfer's gonna hit 1,000 subs before this
for
episode comes
sure.
out.
Yes,
Definitely.
I claim it. Let's do it.
Yes. But yes, go to Frendy's channel and tell her she's great. I don't care what video you say it on, just go to her channel and tell her she's great. She deserves it.
Yeah.
And don't forget to go to Perry's
That's your
backlog
homework.
because she has a lot of really good like vlog type drawing type stuff, and they bring a
Aw.
turtle to a camping thing. I will not ever get over that, and it's like mostly adorable. Actually, it's all adorable. So
Mostly.
like, please,
It's mostly- and then some of
go
it's
to
horrible.
Her channel, the backlog, just a big old
The
backlog.
poor
of good
turtle
old
was
video
freezing to
content.
death.
No,
I'm
no.
just kidding. I'm just
Go to the
kidding.
video to find out how cold they are or how hot they
Yeah,
are.
my
Eh?
turtle froze to death on this camping trip. Click here.
Yeah,
It,
Oh
it
my
didn't freeze.
gosh.
It's good. He was good.
he's fine. He's
Yes.
fine. What is my incentive, right, for my channel? Why do I keep making videos?
Right.
Before I answer that, because I wanted to say something about what Pilfer said. Pilfer, I think you should make that video. Always be striving toward getting that perfect picture from what you imagine to what's on the page, no matter how unattainable that seems.
Right.
You should talk about it. Like, make a good 6 to 10 minute video, or however long you want it to be. I know you mostly do streams, but write that down in a sticky note somewhere and be like, that's a topic that you are passionate about. It's
Do
come
it
up a lot
over a
on
little-
podcast, and make that
do it over
video.
do it over a little speed paint. You don't have to put much thought into it. Just record and then just stop and then make it speed through it as you talk. You don't have to edit it. That's like all you have to do. Easy
Yeah, I'll
peasy.
definitely do that, and I appreciate that. I'll make a video like that when it gets posted. Who knows? Because it's gonna have to be perfect before I post
Well,
it. So
you and
it'll
your
probably never get
perfectionism.
posted.
I
Yeah.
know. Also, it's Art Fight, so let's go
Yeah.
easy on him.
Right.
Yeah, just for
Um,
now.
For now.
Just for right.
He gets a pass for now.
Yeah, for our
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. Okay, so my incentive for my channel and why I keep making videos is for milestones. I think I'm really, really, really incentivized by milestones, and I have a really hard time quitting something once I start it. Like, if I start something, no matter how many things I've like picked up along the way, because I'm constantly picking up new stuff, but I can't put anything down. So like my webcomic I started 3 years ago, I'm still doing it.
Mhm.
Like I took 2001 and 2002, I took off. I didn't draw because I was like moving across country and doing like a whole job change, career change, all of that crazy happened. But then in 2023, I started drawing it again, and I'm like, I'm not done with this, and I can't put things
Right.
down. So I feel the same way about my channel. I can't put it down. I have to get to the next milestone, and so that's what drives me. I want to get to the next subscriber milestone. I want to get to the next viewer milestone, or watch time hour milestone, or whatever. Like, I just want to continue on the YouTube journey because once I start it, I have to complete it. I don't know what completing looks like on YouTube. What does that even look like? What does that mean?
Silver
Yeah.
gold button. Silver gold button.
Yeah, I would love
it's
to
both,
get. I would
actually.
love to
It's like
get a
half and
play
half.
button for sure. I feel like that would just be a dream. I want S Comic Maker to get her silver play button too.
Oh yeah.
She's like this close. She's
Yeah,
so
she's so
close. And I kind of agree with what Pilfer said too, is community, but community plays a big part in everything I do. So that's the other side of it, but it's not an isolated reason for doing YouTube, because I'm going to find a community no matter where I go. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to
Yeah.
do role play groups, and we're going to play D&D, and that's going to be a community, and everything's a
Yeah.
community for me.
Right.
The
The extrovert life.
I'm not an extrovert, believe it or not. I'm an introvert. That's why I can only stream for like 2 hours, 3 hours
Introverts are
tops.
the worst.
I know. My social battery
Pickler.
drains. My
Right.
social battery drains so badly, but I think the reason why I'm so community motivated is because I was raised in a
Right.
household where your value came from what you were doing for other people.
Oh, geez Louise.
That's just so ingrained in my personality, where I want to connect with other people and I want to help make their lives better. And I think that's why my channel started off in the tutorial space in the first place, that was my answer. And I hope that everybody watching this that is interested in starting their YouTube channel or has just recently started their YouTube channel got a lot of good insight out of this discussion. And if you would like to be a part of our community and grow your channels alongside ours and what we're trying to do here, we would love to have you. Our individual channels are all linked in the description and on the front page of our podcast channel. If you're interested in hanging out with us one-on-one, we also have Discords. Friendies or Already-ish's Discord is temporary, as far as I know.
It is.
It's just for Art Bite season, but you can always catch her on her channel. She streams very frequently, so you're always able to chat live on the chat. Anything you guys would like to say, or is that it for today?
Just gotta get started and find a topic you like and start working on it if that's what you want to do.
I look forward to hearing about your lunch as you draw your speed paints, please, and thank you.
And comment down below to let us know who you are so that we can also check out your channel. So we don't know that you were here unless you leave a comment, and that's how we can find you. So let's spread some love. Leave a comment and we'll be able to check you out as well.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.